Very dapper today.
Is he? It's like we got double shows now. Huh?
Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3. Testing testing. Testing 1 2 3. You guys got it?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Bills are down?
Bills
Oh, no,
down.
no,
They were
no,
up
no.
10. Yeah, now. Like 44 seconds.
Yeah, it's on actually this TV. It's a touchdown. Yep.
Hey, buddy.
So to 27-17.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing it here. I'm actually in the press room. I have some good stuff to say.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So hey. High five. I've got it. I have it. Down here. Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
They're up.
They're up.
2 and soon to be.
Nice.
So did Josh Allen play the whole game? Oh, he did. That is so Phil Rivers. That's Phil Rivers. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Okay, all right. No, I can't tell him.
I'm gonna go, I gotta wait for my second. I'll pack her.
Exactly. They're down. It's 7. Yeah. 38 seconds after shoot. I didn't.
For number one, yeah.
Take a $25 million acquisition. Yeah.
Killing us.
Yeah. I waited on that. Nine games. 13. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm such a fangirl. So they just, my boys are saying there was food.
They changed the.
Yeah, it's a different game, so it must be over.
Yeah, they should. I guess, I mean, like, unless it's. Well, he's at 1:30, or 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. It's warming up. Second one for 40.
There is more than seconds.
Yeah.
Barry's back. Buffalo. Buffalo what? Buffalo's. What if that's the fourth man?
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is get filled by how much? 3, yeah. Steering just one year.
Top left.
What do you do? Which one's the live? Oh, that's live. Where are they now?
Just try it. Yeah.
No, they're on their own 40-ish.
He tracked it. Looks like he tracked it coming out. Yeah, oh my God.
What happened? You got another 25.
Down.
Dang it. It is Kansas City.
Now that's 13.
That's 13 seconds. It's weird staring at a mirror. But I was just seeing stuff. How much time? 11. Oh, there's a flag.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one, yeah. For-
Should have been.
Yeah, it's a tight end. 2 seconds.
Overtime.
Okay, as far as the injuries go, Juju Smith and Chris Lamons have concussions, so they'll go into the protocol part of it and do that. Andrew Wiley sprained his elbow, and we'll just see how he does. He'll have an MRI tomorrow as we go. All in all, it was a good game to get. Doug's done a really nice job with this crew, and I know he's got this young quarterback that he's developing, and I know they'll continue to get better down the road. But gave us all we could handle there, and it ended up being a good game. So the crowd was unbelievable, loud, and they're crazy. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to have a home like this, and for our players and coaches. As far as some of the individual achievements, Pacheco had a nice day today, running the football, and that also is part due with the offensive line doing a nice job. MVS had a big catch at the end that I thought was tremendous, but he had a good day all the way around, but he had that big catch at the end on our sideline that was great. Carlos got his 100th sack, and my hat goes off to him. That's a lot of football right there to get you into those numbers. And he's done a nice job here with him. Kadarius got introduced to Kansas City a little bit more than what he had last week, and had a nice day. Some nice plays in there. The young DBs, all of them. I mean, 23, 21, 35. They I thought played well. Chris Jones, Colin Saunders. I mean, these guys had sacks, and I thought they played well all day. So, all in all, it was a good game. We've got plenty of things to work on that we need to clean up. A few too many mistakes, but again, not easy to win in the National Football League. So we cherish each one of these as we go.
Andy, what's enabled Kadarius to get integrated into all this so fast?
Yeah, well, you'll have him here in a second, but he's a smart kid, and he does pick it up easy, although he's willing to spend time at it too. So he's not just getting the plays and then not studying. He spends the time at it. He's very talented. We're trying to give him some things that he's done before and then adding one or two things the last couple of weeks that he's not used to doing so he can continue to grow. And then, the quarterback has trust in him because of the feel he has.
Ask this in such a way that I'm not asking you to comment on the officiating, but and you may not be able to speak to this, but is there a place for that hit that happened on Francisco on Juju in the game, or is that hit not to be in the game?
Well, as long as there's contact of the head, it doesn't need to be in the game. So it looked like there was contact to the head from where I was standing, but I'm not the one making that call. So.
What was the explanation for why there was a flag and picked up? They explained that piece.
Yeah, they said that he hit with his shoulder. And so that's why they picked it up. You hit somebody in the head, you're hitting in the head. But they said it was shoulder to shoulder is what they said. And, he obviously was in pretty bad position there for hitting shoulder to shoulder. So.
And why was Pacheco your primary back today? Was he just going with a hot hand or is there more to it?
Yeah, no, they all played, and he was going, so we tried to get him into the flow, and he did a nice job with it. We're lucky that we have three guys that we feel that comfortable with putting them in. So.
He had the fumble down there in the red zone. You went right back to him. It's what you want to see from him responding after a tough play.
Yeah, he's a young guy, man. You got to get back on the horse. So he was upset that he fumbled. He learned from it. Now you got to go. So.
Just a little house cleaning thing. At the beginning of the game, you guys won the toss and generally defer. What was the choice there on that, or did they do the right thing?
That wasn't a good choice. So we goofed that one. A little miscommunication.
Coach, can you talk about the fact you guys are able to win? I'm not going to say easily, but you're able to win despite being down 3-0 on turnovers, and you had that onside kick.
Yeah. Well, tribute to the guys, the coaches, and the players, but we got to get rid of some of that stuff that you're talking about. Make sure we clean it up. You shoot yourself in the foot, it's going to come back and bite you. So we got to make sure that we take care of business there.
I wanted to ask one more thing on
Yep.
What is sort of, as a head coach, do you care about all these guys when you're walking on the field and you see a guy in that position?
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good feeling at all. And that's what I tried to explain to the officials there, that guys don't get hit in the shoulder and lay around like that right there. So, there's more to it. Somewhere the head was involved. And so that's what the rules put in for that type of thing.
How impressed have you been with the defense, just considering it seems to be hitting on all cylinders and you really leaned into a lot of these younger guys?
Yeah, and they're getting better every week. This part I like the most. They're working hard. They've bought in. I like the veterans and how they've kind of helped these guys along, even though it might take a little playing time away from them. But it's they've been very gracious with that, and that's a neat thing to have on a team.
A couple more.
No rushing attempts for Clyde. Is that by design?
No, not at all. It's just the way it worked out. The other kid got most of the rushes. So.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, no doubt.
Darius, your touchdown to start the game. Can you sort of describe how you came off balance and ended up hopping? And like score your first NFL TD?
It just felt electric in there. But the reason I was so, I guess, hopping, well, the reason I was hopping was because I was too close to the sideline when I caught it, and I just was excited. I saw the sound. Oh, I got to hop. I got to get in there somehow, some way. But it's electric being out there. The fans around you, sitting on top of you, yelling at the opponent, like on top of you yelling at them, and quarterback putting you in the right position.
Being here in Kansas City, I mean, you know, do you feel like it's a career renaissance for you? I mean, do you feel rejuvenated right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm right where I need to be.
What things have helped you in getting to know the offense so quickly? It seems like you're not really having any problem just getting right in there. What do you think has led to that?
Just spending extra time that I got to do to make sure I know what I got to do. Like, it's my job to know what I have to do. So why not spend every waking moment or every moment I got doing what I got to do, you know?
Darius, is it fair to say you feel more a part of things here already than you ever did with the Giants? Is that a fair thing to say?
I don't want to, I don't want to throw no, I don't want to throw no salt, but kind of, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Darius, what was there when Juju went down with that? Just overall, your reaction? How did the team kind of respond to that?
My reaction, I was angry, you know what I'm saying? Kind of mad because, like, I don't really like no dirty play, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But I feel like it kind of gave the team a boost, you know, kind of gave us something to really, like, put them on our back, I guess you could say. Like, gave us something to really play for, I guess you could say.
You had to have more involvement in the offense. Was that more or less than what you were probably expecting?
It was probably more than I expected, but I'm always prepared. Like, when I'm out there on the field, it's whatever.
Darius, on the ball, you caught it double coverage down the sideline.
Yeah.
It was also in the sun, and there was illegal contact. That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
That play. Can you just sort of describe what went into making that play and securing the ball?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see, but like when I locked in on the ball, because I knew it was coming to me. I just locked in on it, and I just went up and made the play.
The pump fake was for you?
Yeah, the pump was for me, yeah. So get the cornerback to jump the first route. It was a double move.
I'm guessing you didn't expect to hop into the end zone for your first career NFL.
Nah, not.
But what was that feeling like, and when did it register with you that you had your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't think it's still registered with me yet, but as I was hopping, I was just sitting there thinking, like, what did I do to be in this position? Like, how can I thank God anymore? You know what I'm saying? To be here and, do what I can.
And when you say that, I mean, obviously, in 2 years in New York, coming here now, do you feel like it's going to be a career renaissance for you? I mean, really, what's it like? I mean, with Patrick, you finally got your first touchdown.
Playing with him, it's just he gonna put you in position, and you just got to know where you got to be to make a play. It's just he gonna put it there, like wherever it got to be, it's gonna be there. Just more of you doing your part, I guess you could say.
Darius, were you told that you were taking all the punt returns today?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Is there any easy way to sum up your time in New York? I'm not saying being critical or whatever it is, but how would you sum up what didn't work out there and has led you to this new start?
I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity to go to New York. I mean, I don't really feel this way or that way about it. I mean, everything happened for a reason. I don't really question God. I'm here for a reason. So I guess you could say New York was a learning experience, just to get my feet wet. I'm a rookie coming in, just trying to learn how the business go, how everything really go. And now I'm here,
Are you doing anything different now that you were doing there?
No, not really. I mean, I work hard every day. I mean, I can't help what happened,
Darius, Coach said that the referee explained to him on Juju's hit that it was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit, but it certainly looked like.
And that was it. That was illegal. That was illegal.
Yeah. So when you're out there playing, I mean, this is a tough position you play. You're going to get a hit like that. I mean, what thoughts go through your head, or how do you put that out when those plays can happen?
You just always got to think positive while you're out there. I mean, you just you never know what's gonna really happen out there. It could be a moment or anything that could change whatever the course of the game or the course of what you got going, your injury or whatever. But it don't really, to me, it really don't make me not go hard. It made me really go harder because I mean, just seeing him on the ground, like it kind of made me mad, like angry. You know what I'm saying? Like it took a different kind of emotion out of me because I don't really like seeing my teammates down or anything like that. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
That was
You know, like makes a big. That's the best play. I know. I'm trying to. I'm trying to teach you. That's how you.
Those guys feel don't put it in overtime.
What did you say to Kadarius after he scored his first touchdown?
I honestly don't know exactly what I said, but I was hyped up for him. It was funny because we had some plays designed for him to score. But if you would have told one play I didn't think he was going to score on, it was that one. But it was cool to see. I mean, everybody was excited for him. Luckily, he didn't run out of bounds. He was getting close there on the sideline. I actually heard him as the route was going on, going "Hey!" because he was wide open. So that helped me out a little bit.
Or just kind of a stray thing that worked out?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's obviously in the play design. It's like the fifth read, so he was kind of the distraction guy, trying to bring kind of guys over, and then I wanted to kind of go flat to the stick route to the over to Kels, and then I heard him yelling, and I was like, man, who's yelling at me over there? I looked over, and he's wide open. So he was like the last read in that play. But in this offense, that last read might be open sometimes. So you got to stay ready for it.
Why do you think it's come so easy for him, or seemingly so far here in KC?
Yeah, I mean, first off, he's a smart guy. I mean, he learned a lot fast, and we've been able to put him in positions, especially a lot more this week. But he's a smart guy. He plays hard, and whenever he's got his opportunities, made plays happen. And this offense is, like I said all year, it's going to be everywhere. And I think you saw that again today. Guys stepped up and made plays happen, and that's the special part about this offense.
Following up on that, obviously last week, the Sunday night game, MVS, we had one target, one catch. Today, he got his first touchdown pass of the Kansas City Chiefs. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I was excited for him because he's made a lot of big plays happen, and I felt like I've kind of not underthrown, but underthrown him enough that he hasn't had some of these big play touchdowns that you expect from him. And so for him to another play where he's not necessarily the first read, but working his way, getting himself open, and making a play, I'm excited for him because he's kept it going. Even though he's not scoring touchdowns, he's making himself ready and available, and I mean that's a big part of this offense.
Do you subconsciously sometimes think that you need to force it to him to try to give him a touchdown to keep him involved in the game and stuff like that?
Yeah, I tried my best this year to not try to do that. I'll let Coach Reed call the plays, Coach Bieniemy call the plays, and I let the game come to me. And I think that's helped me be even more efficient this year. And now if I can just stop throwing dumb fourth-quarter interceptions, I'd have some good games.
Patrick, what do you think of the hit on G.E.H.A?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. Obviously, I don't think there was like any ill intent from the player. I mean, he's just trying to knock the ball loose and do stuff like that. But obviously there was some helmet-to-helmet contact, and we want to get that out of the league as much as possible for player safety. So if we can review that and kind of make it to where there can be some type of penalty or something, I mean, obviously you want to get that stuff out of the league as much as possible.
Can you clarify, do you mean to make that reviewable, or just
No, I don't. It's so hard in this league, man, because these guys on defense are playing too. They're trying to do their best to stop us. But I mean, by the rules, I mean, if it's helmet to helmet, it's supposed to be a flag. And I know that guy wasn't trying to. And I know it's a bang call that doesn't always go your way. But you want to do your best to try to get that stuff out of the league so that we can have those guys out there playing and being safe.
You talked to Juju after the game.
In the game, you got to hand off the ball a little bit too much and get more involved in the game. Looked like he was the key guy at running back. I suppose last week, now with this week, having him help out, how much help was that?
Yeah, he stepped out and had a big game. I mean, especially you like to see guys respond. I mean, he was running the ball really well in that first drive and had the fumble. And some guys can shut it down, and we kind of went right back to let him keep running it, and he stepped up. And so that's a great running back room. We got a lot of guys that play well, and when the offensive line is protecting like they were doing today and run blocking like they were, that makes our team really, really hard to stop.
From where P.J.A. was in camp and OTAs to where he is now, even early in the season to where he is now, are you surprised he's made that kind of progress? I mean, has that been more than maybe you expected at this point in the season for him?
Not really. I mean, he's a smart guy as well. This offense is hard, especially on that running back position, to learn because you have to do all the protections, you have to do all the routes, you have to run the ball, and we have different type of run schemes. And so for him, he has all the talent in the world. So now he's just going to continue to get better and better as he learns those little tricks of the trade to kind of go out there and make stuff happen. Where you might this read might not be exactly how it was scouted during the week, but how can I make this run work? And as he gets more and more reps, he'll get even better.
Patrick, have you seen Juju after the game or at halftime? You get a chance to talk to him yet?
Yeah, I got to talk to him. I mean, obviously it was scary when you're out there, but I mean, we saw him after the game. He seemed perfectly normal. I mean, it's just he'll. I'm sure I don't want to say anything about the injuries. He'll sure have to do something to get himself back available for us, which is, I mean, the right thing to do. But he seemed like he was his normal self, giggling around, joking around, and stuff like that. And let's just take precaution and get him back healthy as fast as possible.
Threw a flag and picked it up on that play, and then on the interception you threw, they threw a flag for roughing and picked it up. Did you get an explanation on why they picked that one up?
The roughing one wasn't roughing, so that's probably why. But I wish it was, so I do have an interception, but it wasn't. The one where he got the helmet to helmet, I believe they were saying something about he was leading with his shoulder. But I mean, I know those guys aren't trying to helmet hit guys. I mean, we've preached that in this league, and we've tried to take care of each other. We want to play hard and compete, but we're trying to take care of each other out there on the field. But I mean, from the review, it looked like it was helmet to helmet. So I'm sure they'll review that. They'll make their changes and come back better next week.
You don't often see teammates kind of insist on helping an injured teammate off the field, but it looked like Marquez and Travis kind of insist on helping Juju to the sideline. What went into that moment?
Yeah, I mean, we have a brother here. I mean, it's been fast because there's been a lot of new guys, but I mean, these guys we're all best friends. I mean, we're doing stuff together every single day. We're playing Call of Duty at night. We're guys that we want to go out there and compete with each other, and be the best that we can be. And so to see that, I mean, it just tells you that these guys love each other out there on the field. And we'll go out there. We're gonna go down fighting together.
Patrick, I talked to Orlando this week and asked him how he thought he's been doing against some of the great players that he's playing up against this week. I don't think they give up any sacks. Talk about your offensive line.
Yeah, I think they've accepted the challenge these last few weeks. I mean, even last week, whenever there were sacks, there was more coverage stuff. It wasn't on the offensive line. I was holding the ball too long and stuff like that. And that's another great defensive line we faced today with first-round draft picks, guys that are big, fast, physical, and they did a great job running and pass protecting. So I think as the season goes on, offensive lines, especially with the rules in training camp, they get better and better. At least the really good ones do. And I think you see in our offensive line as the season goes on become that elite group that we all expected.
Last one, Patrick. It seems like just a little more on Kadarius. This is about as fast as you've developed a rapport and a trust with somebody. And I know you spoke to it a little bit, but what's the biggest challenge for him to be able to do what he's doing? And for you to trust him like this already?
I think the biggest challenge is, I mean, I don't know if it's a challenge. I think it helps that he was kind of in a similar offense in New York. I mean, Kafka's there, so he understands some of the words and it kind of clicks to him about stuff like that. But I mean, ever since he's been here, he's got to be in that facility just as much as I have. I mean, he's making sure he knows the splits. He's making sure he knows exactly the route combinations, the different audibles that we have on the offense. And I mean, when you have a guy that's that talented, that wants to learn and get better and better, those are those special players that you want on your team.
All right, thank you. Rackham. That's what I'm talking about.
You want to be trusted for a park again?
I thought you were.
No. I'm 8. He's promoting your business for crying out loud. Don't you? I'm sorry, you're in the States. He's turned around.
Florida, man. We always have to play Florida or not Florida. We have
Now you're looking at
It's over.
TV's behind. No, they just pulled the top TV's behind. Okay.
No, that one's a delay.
Wow.
You get
I can hit the joke, man. I
still do. I can't believe that.
But he was a major contributor in several seasons.
I don't know how he looked. I don't think I'm putting that in my channels. I don't watch local news, man. I'm sorry. Which means put all your money on the Vikings. That's what I mean. We're getting
I know. Chris doesn't count. I mean, it's one. Chris don't know that it works at the class. Chris Jones. Okay. Yeah, that was Chris was alive. Well, it's only ever worked well over.
Not true.
That one.
Well, that's like, oh God, the guy from Buffalo.
More intrigued in the coaching match.
Guy in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah.
High level coach.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Daniel's got the
Does he though? Does he?
Yeah.
Then I hear snow tomorrow. I'll get out of here on first bird.
311.
Okay. At least it's over your shit.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with that. Oh yeah, I guess they are. 'Cause they lost to the Jets. Jets are off though, right? So Miami's in first, 7-3, and then the Jacksonville tied 6. Right there.
The Jets have a better conference record, so they're going to drop to 6th.
Well, they also had head-to-head. They had head-to-head.
Johnny, we're done.
Miami.
Yep, probably.
One in Miami too. Then Carlos.
So it's Kansas City, Miami, Tennessee, Baltimore, Jets, Buffalo.
Just win.
I'm ready.
Just win.
No, that's, I mean,
One more person.
that's all you could ask for. Was you control your own fate again.
Everybody else, these lost.
3 games.
Yeah.
These three, yeah.
I mean, if you're at least win out, if you're Tennessee, are you excited at the prospect of Buffalo coming in the wild card?
Hey, I'm sure some men more than happy to see Buffalo play Tennessee in a wild card game.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else is fine. Considering that's part of the history of the game.
You want something? I mean, if it'll drive you crazy, I'll do it.
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
It would be grammatically incorrect.
You could even dress that now. You believe in destiny?
Yeah. Definitely by definition is predetermined. You control absolutely nothing. The most overplayed sports cliche in history. It's incorrect.
30 years past?
Yeah, see, look at you started.
A lot better.
Oh, he's saying that we're better. We don't know. That's not what I get.
On our street.
That's a go. Jeez. I mean, I'm flustered. Yes, but before it's like, no big deal. It happens every so often. Here? Then again, I mean, I was 78 when I left on Saturday.
Every single team.
And last night.
I think we can call it 10 minutes. I'm just saying, because you're mad at the flex next week.
Well,
17's on the field.
Yeah.
How do you figure that type of crap?
But with 3 of those 3, that's nuts.
Yeah. Helpful. Yeah. Yes.
Hey, don't get mad. I'll show you this picture. Don't get mad.
What are you talking about?
Restated. On all 3 feet, but on all 3 feet. Don't play with me, NFL. Play.
That's easily the game of the year so far.
Which one? Titans Broncos?
No. That's bad. I got all my Titans games from my mother-in-law. I'm good.
Getting punt by punt updates.
No. She couldn't explain that to me. She's about like, good job by everybody on the team. That's about how it goes with mother-in-law.
That's like when I call my mom. Didn't matter how they played. It was
It's like the Eagles play. I'm always like, not now. No.
I'm missing.
Huh?
I'm missing.
Now that he's talking about motherfuckers. Listen to this picture.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having us. It was a great day. Thank you.
Just
Good luck. I appreciate you. I'm from City, Houston, though. I see him all the time.
Oh, you see him all the
You're
time.
starstruck, and they're wanting me to be starstruck.
I'm just trying to get Jesus Christ. I'm saying.
And they're loud. And they're loud, too. Starstruck, don't be around right now.
Harold, I'll see you tonight on TV.
Yes, sir. There you go. All right, brother. All right. You good? Thank you. We can have a yell. Shut the battery off.
Yeah, okay. Saturday hours. Put it back.
Start.
Yeah.
We, hey, that's what we're saying. Matt Ryan looking like.
Hey, don't be knocking Jim Irsay's drinking buddies, all right? Everybody's Joe Thomas. Yeah.
Nice room.
Carlos, you finally got that 100 sack today. How'd you feel, man?
If I feel lighter, obviously, being able to get that accomplished is a huge milestone and accomplishment that, as a young player coming to the league, that was a goal. Playing 10 plus years, getting 100 plus sacks to be in that league category of the guys who have ever done it. So get that done today and to share it with a guy who has potential to be up there as well was a very special moment.
I know you haven't had a chance to really reflect on it, but what's it mean?
That's a good question. Putting me on the spot. Personally, I think it's a tribute to all the coaches' investment, my family who's here. I don't know where they just went. There.
Right here.
My family who's here. My mom, her investment, her and my dad laid the foundation and helped me and guided me along the way, nudged me back in between the railroad tracks when I got off the tracks to be the person that I am today, to be able to have the opportunity to get 100 sacks. Because, a lot of people don't get that opportunity in my neighborhood and where I'm from. And a lot of people who still make it to the league still don't get to get that opportunity. So this is a huge milestone and a tribute to my coaches, my family, my teammates, my community. This is a celebration and a milestone for all of us. But obviously, if you know me personally, I'm not done yet, and there's a lot more things that I want to accomplish. But we're going to enjoy this 100 mark.
Carlos, you said it was earlier in the season. You said it was a tribute, made a promise to your dad.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
It's a huge weight lifted to be able to get that accomplished. It's bittersweet in the fashion of how it happened, and but we want to enjoy it. It's something to be celebrated. My dad would be happy for me. My family's happy for me. So, we want to enjoy it and celebrate the moment, right, versus any other feelings. It's a lot of feelings, of course, but the best thing to do, I think, is to celebrate it, to enjoy it, be present in the moment. And it was special having all my teammates rush me when they put it up on the board. And, yeah, now we're going on, pressing forward, trying to make more history because there's a couple more milestones that could be attained out there. And we have a very special team, as you saw today, clean up some things, and we're going to get after those too.
On the play itself, Carlos, what worked? The sack itself.
Yeah, that's funny. My first sack actually, I believe, happened on the exact same move, except it was a completely different guy, but this quarterback has a lot of potential too. My first sack was on Peyton Manning. But this guy, obviously, the sky's the limit for him. They drafted him as a first-round pick. They're putting weapons around him, getting, the coaching going. It's tough to build a culture. So that team is developing something, and they have core pieces that they have to build around and gain experience for. But, today we got the win. I got the 100 mark, so we want to celebrate that and continue to build on those pillars and win the month of November so that we can focus on winning December and then keep pressing forward from there.
Carlos, are there quarterbacks out there you haven't sacked yet, you want to get still?
Yeah.
Brady yet, for instance?
Yes, I got Brady as a Patriot, which is huge. One that's on my sack list, getting him as a Patriot, because he's with a new team now, but getting him as a Patriot and everything he was able to accomplish, getting Peyton Manning when he was with the Colts, those are
all milestones. There was one guy who I didn't get that got out the league before I got to him. Michael Vick, got him in the preseason, so it doesn't count. But, things like that I reflect on, once I'm done playing football, but I'm not done yet. So don't want to do too much reflecting, but I do want to be present in the moment of this 100.
Yep. You haven't got Pat yet.
I don't know
if you played against the Chiefs.
That's a good question. I don't know if I've gotten the quarterback for the Chiefs, but I don't know if I gotten Pat. That's a good question because coming here in this stadium, it was kind of new to me because I hadn't been here that often. But the last time I was here, we went to the Boys and Girls Club here in KC, and I was doing my anti-bullying campaign tour. So me and my mom reflected on that moment. But other than that, yeah, that's a good question.
Carlos, the day you signed, you listed your goals, and this was one of them. And you also mentioned winning a playoff game. How much did you,
Exactly. See?
how much do you look forward to
See,
next?
I didn't want to bring that back up because I wanted to enjoy the 100. But obviously, winning the month of November, then focusing on winning December. I got a narrow focus. So I like to focus on the next. Like my mom be texting me saying, "Oh, I'm coming to this game." I'm like, "What week is that?" Like, I don't know. Like my next game is this opponent right here. So that's what I like to do. I have that narrow focus on this next step. And along the way, if I make all the steps that I need to take and handle my business along the way, I think I'll eclipse all these goals that I set out to do early in the season. Early in the season, when you first get there, you have all these big dreams and aspirations. And if you start looking down the road, you'll trip over that step. I don't know if you've been in your house walking in the dark and you're looking at the bottom of the steps and, thankfully you're still here, but your butt hurt, and I don't want to be butt hurt. So I focus in on winning that one drive, that one play, that one down, that one series, that 1 yard, getting one sack, getting 100 from there. And now we're going to focus on the next, and that will be a huge accomplishment. But we got a Sunday night football game because they flexed our game. So we want to go and get that done. And so we continue to get the one thing that we need to get the next one thing that we need. So
Carlos, going back with Chris Jones and how that's worked out so far.
Yes.
You guys both on that play, and then
Yeah.
talk me through that play. Chris Jones be like, "Oh man, I got to get this one, man. I got to get this one." Do you had it in the back of your head or anything?
Anytime the coach, gets us one-on-ones, you got rushers like me, Chris, Mike, Frank's coming back next week. George is coming on hot. I know he's anxious to get, more on his board as well. I think, opportunity, when preparation meets opportunity, as people call it good luck. But I think there's no luck. It's really when preparation meets opportunity. We prepared hard here. We were ready for the game. Now it's just executing and being out there with those guys, getting in rhythm with those guys, which we're still trying to establish, will, I think, give us that one thing that he was talking about that we want later. But right now we're going to focus on this next one win that we want.
Last two, we'll go Adam and Nate. What does 100 say about you as a player?
I think it goes to contribute to my routine, my family, my community, my faith, my commitment, the time that I've invested into it, coming in, yeah, I'm not going to go down that line because I want to be a positive, so I'm not going to say all that. But, yeah, it's just a contribute to my success, my investment, my commitment, my family support, my community support, my coaches, my teams, because now it's 3 teams that I've been with that been able to get sacks and do numbers with. So just being present in the moment.
Last one, man. You can't tell Patrick that you sacked him in 2018. And secondly, what did you envision?
Young Patrick, 2018, yeah. Young Patrick, yeah.
When you made the decision to sign here, how much is what's going on right now through 10 weeks has been your expectation exceeded it?
The word expectation, I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. It's even better than you could have dreamed of, thought of, and or anticipated because there's a million different things that can happen. Guys walk on the field, think they're going to have a great day, and somebody might get dinked up, might get hurt. All these different things, all these different variables in the game of football. It's an oval; it can bounce any way at any given time. So, regardless of what it looks like and you sign up for on paper, things can change. So you got to go out there and execute it and hedge your bet in the best way. Put yourself in position, seize those opportunities. All those things are what it takes to get to that 100 mark, to get to what these guys have done, winning a Super Bowl. But winning the division multiple times, those are all things that, these guys know how to do. They know how to put the work in, and they focus on the one. And they narrow in on that focus. They don't look down the road. You know, they don't beat their chest about what they've done in the past because, you know, every year is a new year. And like I said, the ball's in the oval, it can bounce anyway.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys.
Oh, so are you gonna head out?
I didn't know. I knew you were coming from that side. It's cold out there.